Hi, I'm Rob Van Raphorst, and welcome to MBANow. With us today is Mike Flood. He's here to talk about a new CMBS report coming out on March 10th. Mike, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Mike, what can we expect in the report, and what can attendees expect to hear?
Sure. Great question. What's great about CMBS is it lends on all assets in commercial real estate finance. So what we expect to see is a microcosm of what we expect in 2021. From what we were concerned about with retails and hotels, to where we headed with multifamilies that works its way into the CMBS space more and more because of GSE programming, and finally the outlook for the entire sector and what growth we expect to see as we all get shots in arms.
And then specifically, what are some of the broader themes that will be covered?
Sure, great question. One, we've seen from the GSEs that they've lowered their caps. So the question becomes, how many multifamily loans will we get to see in CMBS, which is always a great balance. Two, what are we going to do about hotels and retail? Do we continue to help them? Do they get repositioned? Or unfortunately, do we have to go through the high yield and distressed debt process? And then finally, what are the hot topics? Is it still industrial and retail and last mile? Or are we starting to see more self-storage and esoteric asset classes come into CMBS?
And then lastly, can you sort of talk about how the event plays into the broader commercial multifamily events that we have here at MBA?
Sure. What we've always tried to do here at MBA is represent all forms of finance. Our core membership is really FHA, GSE, and portfolio lenders, but let's not forget that CMBS is 13 to 17% of the business at any time. So it's good for our broker communities to know exactly what's happening in CMBS.
Great. Again, the event is March 10. Mike, we really appreciate you stopping by and discussing it.
Thanks again, Rob.